So you have these goals and you're taking the actions necessary, but you're still not seeing the results that you expected. You keep telling yourself, I'm doing the actions. Now, where are the results? If this sounds like you, then definitely stick around because we'll be going over why you might not be seeing the results that you expect and what you can do to increase the odds of your success. We'll be utilizing the book, The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone, covering chapters 5, 6, and 7 in today's video. I have hand-selected one key quote that stood out to me the most from each chapter. Let's start off with chapter 5. Here we go. Unlike copper, silver, gold, or diamonds, items that already exist and that you must find in order to bring to market, success is something people create. The way you view success is just as important as how you approach success. And there's no limit to how much success can be created. You can have as much or as little as you want. Unfortunately, most people see success as a scarcity. They tend to think that if someone else is successful, it will somehow inhibit their ability to create success. But this is simply not the case. Success is not a zero-sum game. There can be many winners. There will never be a limited amount of success that can go around because it is created by those who have no limits in terms of ideas, creativity, ingenuity, talent, intelligence, originality, persistence, and determination. Success is something that is created, not acquired. And since it's created, there's absolutely no shortage. It does not depend on resources, supplies, or space. If you want to start seeing success, then you must rid yourself of the concept that success can be restricted in any way. That concept does not serve you. Choose the concept that does serve you, that there is absolutely no shortage of success. Let's get into chapter 6. Here's the quote that stood out to me the most. Success isn't just a journey, as countless people and books suggest it is. Rather, it's a state, constant or otherwise, over which you have control and responsibility. Those who are whiners and consider themselves victims of their circumstances don't do well at attracting and creating success. It's not that they aren't capable, they certainly are, but it's impossible to take big actions if you don't step up and take responsibility. It's also impossible to do anything positive when you're spending your time making excuses. Success is not something that happens to you, it is something that happens because of you and because of the actions you take. Successful people accept very high levels of accountability for creating and having the level of success that they have, and even for failing to do so. Successful people absolutely hate the blame game and know that it is better to make something happen, good or bad, than to have it happen to you. To get to where you want to go in life, to accomplish your goals, to hit your targets, you must adopt the view that whatever is going on in your world, good, bad, or nothing, is something caused by you. And the beautiful thing about accepting responsibility for your own actions is that people start respecting you more, and you all of a sudden start coming up with solutions to problems to continue moving forward and accomplishing the very things you want to accomplish. Assuming control of the things that you can control will cause you to start looking at the things that you can do to make sure negative events don't take place anymore, so that you can improve your quality of life and reduce the occurrence of seemingly unfortunate events. In order to make good things happen more frequently, you cannot afford to act like a victim. Good things don't happen to victims. Bad things do. And very frequently. And all you have to do is ask them. Anyone who embraces the victim mindset will gladly go on and on and on about how they've been wronged by someone or something. So how do you know if you or somebody else has accepted the victim mindset? 1, bad things happen to them. 2, these bad things happen often. 3, they're always involved in some sort of drama. And 4, someone or something is always to blame rather than themselves. Successful people take the opposite approach, and you must too if you want to see success. Everything that happens in your life comes as a result of your own responsibility. If a bad thing just so happens to happen, then you'll start to solution seek and figure out and ask yourself, well, what can I do to make sure this doesn't happen again? You start taking ownership over what you can do, what you can control, and start improving yourself to make sure that that bad situation doesn't happen again. Fully embracing responsibility will forever change your life. You'll start to control the outcomes of your life. You'll stop coming up with excuses. You'll stop blaming others. You'll start learning and growing and developing, becoming better, 1% better every single day, controlling what you can control to create the results that you want to see. Now let's get into chapter 7. Here's the quote that stood out to me the most. Making massive action a discipline will break you through obscurity, increase your value to the marketplace, and help you generate success in any area you elect. Everyone's looking for that shortcut to achieve what they want to achieve, to see the results that they expect to see. So you might be asking, well, exactly how much action is necessary to see the results that I want to achieve? The hard truth is that there's no shortcuts. The more action you take, the better chances you start seeing the results that you expect. You absolutely must be disciplined, persistent, and consistent. Most people fail to hit their targets, to accomplish their goals, because they are operating at the wrong degree of action. When it comes to action, here are 4 choices that you have. 1, do nothing. 2, retreat. 3, take normal levels of action. Or 4, take massive levels of action. Doing nothing is exactly what it sounds like. You're doing absolutely nothing to move yourself forward in order to learn, achieve, or control some area of your life. Signs that you're doing nothing includes exhibiting boredom, experiencing a lack of energy, and feeling a lack of purpose. People in this group will waste their time and energy justifying their situation, which requires just as much work as all the other possible choices. Like doing nothing, retreating is an action that requires a lot of work and effort. It is not regular human behavior to retreat. What is normal behavior is to advance and conquer. Those who retreat will spend a lot of time and energy justifying why they are retreating. There is usually no arguing with them, as they have typically convinced themselves that they're merely doing what they need to do to survive. People who take normal levels of action are probably most people. This is the group that appears on the surface to be taking the proper level of action, that are considered to be normal, and is considered to be acceptable. People in this group take just enough action to appear average and create normal lives. However, they never do quite enough to create any real success. Add any serious change to the conditions in which people only take normal actions, then their livelihoods can very quickly become at risk. Taking normal action is the most dangerous out of the 4 choices because it is the most accepted by society. Believe it or not, massive action is the most natural state for all of us. Look at kids, for example. They're bursting with energy, constantly on the go. But then once you're an adult and you surround yourself around people who say, you know what, you should just relax, and you start listening to them and start relaxing, then that can start to get dangerous. On the other hand, if you're surrounding yourself around others who are intentionally wanting to accomplish great things in their life, they've accepted a high level of responsibility to reach their potential, to create success, not only for themselves, but for others as well, then that zest, that enthusiasm, that passion for life will rub off on you, and you will start doing those very things, and those will be considered normal for you. We don't know what we're capable of until we start taking action consistently and persistently. I bet if you started to take massive action consistently, persistently, day after day for several weeks to several months, you'll eventually reach a point where this feels normal. This level of action actually feels normal. I had no idea that I was capable of this. Massive action is actually the level of action that starts creating problems, which is a good thing. New problems for you to solve. Problems that will force you to become better, to rise to your level of potential. As you're working on accomplishing your goals and looking into the future, don't focus on, well, if this problem shows up, how am I going to solve it? Just keep on going. When the problem arises, you will figure it out. And then you'll start looking back of who you were before and be like, wow, I've grown tremendously. How did I get here? And then you start connecting the dots looking backward. Well, I got here because I did this, and then I did that, and I did this, and I did that. And because massive action increases the level of failure for you to overcome and become better, your odds of success increase dramatically at a more rapid rate compared to if you were just taking normal action. And you might be saying, well, you know, I don't want to be a workaholic. I want to enjoy my life. But there's always somebody else who's doing way more than what you're doing. And that somebody else isn't any better than you are. They're just taking more decisive, massive action than you are. They don't have more energy than you do. They've just learned how to maximize their energy, to spread that energy out throughout the day to still accomplish the things that they want to accomplish. If you were to talk to that person and tell them the amount of action that you're taking, they would not say that you're a workaholic. They would say that you're not doing enough, that you should do more, that you're capable of more, that you can do more. And once you start doing more, you'll definitely surprise yourself of what you're capable of. And know that if you start stepping up to the plate to take massive action, the people who are sitting and marinating in the other degrees of action will certainly begin to feel threatened by your activity level, and will often tell you that it's wrong for you to take that level of action in order for them to stay where they're at. Unfortunately, there will never be a time where somebody comes up to you and says, all right, what do you want? and you just tell them everything you want out of life and then they magically give it to you. You're going to have to earn your success by embracing responsibility for your actions and taking massive actions so that your odds of achieving success are greater. And the rate for which you accomplish the success that you wish to see increases. Now that you know that the 4 degrees of action all require a certain level of time and energy, hopefully you'll choose the degree of action, if you haven't already, that will produce the success that you're hoping to see, that will increase your odds of success. Because if each degree of action requires time and energy, why not choose the one that forces you to learn and grow and develop and become better, add value to yourself, add value to others, and gives you the best chance of success? Not only for yourself, but for others, because when you succeed, that inspires others to want to succeed as well. So I hope this has been helpful. It's been a lot of fun. I'll be covering other future chapters of the 10X Rule by Grant Cardone in other future videos, so make sure to look out for those as those are released. I've already covered one other video previous to this one, so you haven't checked that out, and I'll see you in the next video.